There is something in you, an experience, a hobby, a process, and it's time for you to deliver it to the world, but you haven't been given the right tools. You're being sold a line of BS online. I understand something here. The woman sitting next to me, in my opinion, is, I don't know, one of the two. I can't think of anyone else more brilliant. And my wife and I have the great pleasure of investing in her every single month, and it's the best money we've ever spent. She's a mentor's mentor, she's a consultant, and she's brilliant. She has all dimensions. She has the emotional, but she also has the tactical and the technical. And she has something that very few people have, common sense. She helps me make decisions that are profound and they impact the lives of millions, both online and offline. You're about to see something I've never done before. It's something I've always wanted to do, and I just never figured out how. Then I met a lady, and she is a lady, who has the answers to bringing this vision to fruition. We've already tested it for years. It's not something new. So we're going to give you the magic keys, these automated tools, and she's going to demonstrate right now exactly how they're done. This is the whole suite. This is our Proof Factory, the Feel-O-Nim machine, the Hook Line Dynamic, and Webcast Simple. These four techniques and tools coalesce, and they produce something that is nothing but generate conversion and income. Money rolling in, freedom rolling out. The power of the Smart Suite. So Michelle, you're friggin' brilliant.
Thank you.
So the two of us now are bringing something to the world that is incredible, and I would like you to demonstrate in real time. So we got a big screen here for our live audience.
Yes, we do.
You're going to see her do this in real time. None of this is theory. Show us all the tools now that not only I'm using, but my students are going to use to change their lives and leverage the future of the children.
All right. So what order should we start in here?
What's that?
What order would you like to start in?
I'd like you to see, what I want to is I want them to see the relationship between the entire suite of tools.
Okay.
I want them to see how they can select a word like cancer
Okay.
or like happiness, and they can find, using Feel-O-Nims, the corresponding words that help them to build their entire marketing campaign. And then they can generate, how many of you want to be able to generate tested headlines that will convert, split tested, and it's done in a way which it's like magic. Now, a lot of people have seen headline generate. No, this is nothing like that. The degree of testing and the algorithms, 34,000 algorithms just in the Feel-O-Nim machine that has been constructed here at dramatic expense. So start with that, then build the headline and the subtext, and then let's gather the testimonials for free, elegantly from our clients, and show them how the entire sales architecture today that's running this entire webcast is included.
Okay.
I know I'm excited. I got to calm down here. So show them how everything fits together, because they don't realize that the proof is in the moment. Everything we're doing is residing on this suite, this architecture.
Okay. Well, I think it's good to be excited. I know this is something that for those of us who may be thinking sometimes, you look at people and you think, well, how do they know which words to say? How do they know what emotions people are going to feel? How do they know what to say and do when they're on stage or anywhere else? This data that's behind the tools that we're going to demonstrate comes from a survey done of thousands and thousands of people, asking them how they felt about certain words, how words made them feel. Was it exciting? Was it positive or negative? And was it empowering? And so all of the tools we're demonstrating, you'll see they rank words based on those three vectors, and we can tell you what words have a similar feeling. So the first tool that you mentioned was Feel-O-Nim machine. You mentioned putting in a word like happy. All of the words on this list have a similar feeling. So they're not synonyms, but they have a similar feeling to the word happy. You can put a word in here, and we use this in sales letters and headlines and anything to create a before and after. So if you know right now that your ideal client is feeling maybe stressed out, or they're feeling scared, or they're feeling frustrated, you can put a word like that in here and see what other words have similar feeling. So when you write your copy and your headlines, it brings that feeling out, and then you can figure out what is it you want them to feel afterwards. Is it empowered? Is it confident? Is it healthy? Whatever it is, you put that word in and it gives you Feel-O-Nims for it.
So write down, all of you, trigger mechanisms. What we're building here are the triggers that fire the sales page, that motivate and inspire someone to buy when they would not have bought. And if you knew the amount of work put into this to create these permutations and to make something simple that is incredibly complex on the back end, but so simple that anyone can use it. And in a moment, she's going to take the right word combinations and we plug them into our second instrument. And then we have a dynamic relationship with those words to actually generate the call to action. Then we build the sales page. And that's virtually automated as well because everything is set up for you. And now the testimonials are automatically gathered electronically and plugged in, and you have an incapacity for not converting. And that's the truth because I haven't seen it fail.
All right, so let's show them hook line dynamic.
Yep.
Okay. So this is a tool that allows you to take whatever hook line you're thinking of. So maybe it's an email subject line, maybe it's a title on your sales page, a name of a product, your VSL headline, your title for your speaking presentations, anything that you want to grab people's attention with and make it better, make it more compelling, make it more attractive to people. So let's put in an example here. So if I put in something like how to write good headlines and tell it what we're looking to create, it's going to tell me what the score is for this headline.
How many of you have spent 20, 30 minutes sometimes just trying to figure out just to put in the subject line to have it open? And how many of you have noticed sometimes you make no open rate whatsoever, and you crafted it? What if you had an instrument that gave you something that would seduce, close, convert, and absolutely do it in a matter of seconds? So she puts this in. She clicks one frigging button. It tells you what to modify. Oh, anyway, I'm going to shut up here because you got it, and I want them to understand something. Guys, you give it to her. You give it to anyone, and they're able to do this instantly.
So what it does is it looks at different words and gives you suggestions on more powerful words that you can swap in. So instead of the word write, which honestly sounds like work, it suggests here the word create. That sounds like more fun. You want to create something? So I can put that in there, hit scan again, and you'll see the score change. So I can continue improving this headline or wherever I want to use this. And if I scroll down the page, we don't have time to go into all of the features.
Anyone here like to have this?
It'll give me suggestions on how to improve it. So it's telling me exactly, I lack urgency. You guys hear Joel talk about urgency. It tells you exactly what's missing to really make your hook lines grab people's attention. And you can go back and continue editing. It'll give you a score each time. Not only does it give you a score, but if you know your audience, you can go right here and tell it you have a masculine audience. You have a feminine audience, older, younger, high education, low education. Who do you want to grab the attention of? And the score changes based on who you're targeting so you can see, is your headline good if you're going after a more masculine audience or a younger audience or a college-educated audience? And it continues giving you suggestions to improve it.
Everyone here understands something, that we created this with one end game. This is what we deal with as marketers. And the instrument did not exist, so we built it. Does anyone have any idea when you start hiring coders how expensive that can get? And when you're building something that doesn't exist, the code isn't written. And we're only showing you a cursory glance at the fundamentals here. This is hardcore. It's the difference between being forgotten or having someone invest in your product or service. Because quite frankly, any one of these tools, let me see. I did a campaign. We did about $800,000 in sales. If I'd had this, I know for a fact that we would have done a lot more because there were several words. And Peng Joon and I, we did an entire product launch. We made one mistake, and I don't want to tell you what the word was, but we made one freaking mistake, and we would have made another $1.8 million on average, easy to calculate. We corrected the word, and we said, oh my God, if we'd only done that at the first point of, you understand? You don't get a second shot with that audience, because we'd already exposed it to the list. So I want you to write this down. That's hook line dynamic. You combine it with feeling, look, I'm not trying to steal your thunder here. But this is hardcore.
You can apply this to everything. Some of you guys know I'm a blogger. When I started using this on my blog post titles, I realized I was getting more than 4 times as much traffic when I shared them on social media because I was actually writing them in a way that people wanted to find out What was it about? So it applies to anywhere you're trying to get people's attention. So let's show them Proof Factory.
Okay, so this is crazy. So one night, the two of us were going, okay, let's just, because understand something, we're not going to gamble with your time. Everything we test, everything we use, then we use it again. Principles I teach, I've been teaching for 30 years. This is not something, we have been implementing this for a long time.
Well,
So we take 10 clients, just 10, from anyone. So I asked my students, let's just 10. We mail it out. Every one of them got 7 to 8 out of 10 overnight testimonials from people they'd been asking for a year or more. How many of you know it's one of the hardest things to get? A remote, no, but here's what it did that will blow you away. It put them in state, because if they're not in the right emotional state, they don't give you a palpable, visceral, tangible testimonial that actually converts. You want people to be in that state, write down state. You've got to shift their state of mind. You can't always get the testimonial right there because maybe there's 1,000 people or 500, but online you send them out and there they are and they were remarkable. Yeah. Some of them, they were crying, some of them were emotionally catharsis, epiphanies, breakthrough, and it was because of the structure. So write this down. Imagine you knew exactly what questions to ask, the order to ask them in, and imagine, because the average person, how many of you agree when you give a testimonial, it's hard for you to remember everything you want to say. Mm-hmm. So what if you only had to ask them one question, like, what was their favorite moment from the training? Then, how did it make a difference in their life or their bank account or their emotional? And then, what was their call to action that literally? So it structures the questions. They answer each question, and they keep redoing the video until they look perfect, feel perfect, sound perfect. That's up to them. Then it combines them, threads them together by automatically editing them. They do nothing. Click, click, click. Send. You get a finished product. Who wants that?
Well, I just want to add one thing to that. I know, Joel, you've been collecting video testimonials for years, but certain people in this room can tell you I was terrified to ask people for a video testimonial. This isn't just great for the people you're asking the testimony for. It's great for you because you don't have to have that awkward, how do I ask for this if I don't feel that confident asking for it? How do I set up a video conference, get them to sign on at the same time? How do we schedule it? And then what questions do I ask? What if I forget the questions I want to ask? How do I edit it together? So it makes it so easy, even somebody like me who is terrified to ask somebody to do me a favor to record a testimonial. And when I decided to start trying to gather them after masterclass, I would go and get on Zoom or something with people, and I got these testimonials that I appreciated what they were saying, but it was, hey, you're a great person, I loved working with you, and I didn't know what questions to ask to get them to tell me the results they were getting, so that I could have really powerful testimonials that would fit into some of the closes that you teach. And that's the cool thing about this. You can see on the screen, Joel has specific questions for different types of testimonials. If it's a character testimonial, an endorsement, specific results, money results,
Michelle,
you get the exact questions to ask.
Michelle, most people don't even know. They don't even know what to ask. They don't know that there's 39 categories I broke down. No one in marketing broke it down into categories. So for those of you that are going, I can't get testimony, it's because you just don't know what to ask. And you don't have a tool that sorts, sifts, separates, sends it out automatically, convenes it, collects it, nurtures it, and delivers it into the palm of your friggin' hand, and then plants it surgically into a sales page with the right language, the right headlines, and next thing you know, you have conversion. This is the difference between mastery and marketing, or being forgotten, and playing around for the rest of your life with these free downloads that lead you nowhere. Anyone here been downloading stuff and you don't see any results? You see, it's got to monetize.
Yeah.
That's why I put my money where my mouth is. It has to monetize. You deserve your freedom. You've got something inside you, and it's time for you to shine.
All right. Well, and to go along with what you said, the cool thing about all of these tools on the training is these are foundational concepts. Yes, the internet is changing faster than most of us can keep up with. These things don't change. Needing social proof, needing to understand what words motivate people, that stays the same. These are things that you're not going to invest in this and a week from now go, oh, well, something else came out, I need this tool instead. These are the things that actually move the needle and make a difference in your business. So I'm going to show you how easy this is. Even if you are not a tech person, you don't have to upload, download anything. It's fantastic. So you start, you just put in what the subject is that you want testimonials about. Oh, look, there's a link. It's really that simple. It gives you a link to share. Now you can change these questions, but you can see there's questions already in here that ask specifically what was their biggest challenge, what is life like before and after, so that you can get the transformational testimonials, and we have links customized with all of Joel's questions for the different testimonial sets as well.
Can we cut to the chase here and actually show them the integrated sales page, because then we got to move on. Okay. And I so wish that I could keep Michelle here, but guys, Michelle, this is a no-brainer. This is what I use. This is what our team uses. This is what the entire process today is using. If you want the architecture, this is hardcore. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing here. Someone's got to push you hard enough for you to realize that not only can you shine, but you can be understood and you can be appreciated. And there's an audience out there who will love you. You must have the tools that will market, position, and differentiate you as the only logical choice and as an authority that has differentiated themselves. So you can see right here that when the person clicks, they can save the video, or they can preview it, or they can re-record it. And they can do it as many, so it puts you in control. Hilda, how many times have you made a testimonial? You redo it, but wouldn't it have been great to redo the section you didn't love, or to redo your hair, or your makeup, or maybe you had some shine here, or just maybe you were sitting there at the wrong angle. So no one sends you something they're not proud of, which is a really important point, because some people regret that testimonial captured, and then they tell you to take it down. This lets the person sending it to do with self-esteem. That's so important.
Well, and when somebody completes the testimonial, it shows up right inside here for you. And you'll notice we don't have time to go into this, but we give you email invitations, everything you need. You don't have to write anything. You don't even have to know what to say to ask for the testimonial. You can go in here, you can view your testimonials. You'll see, this was a demo we did the other day. You could share them on social media, and there's the embed code. You don't have to download this. You don't have to upload it anywhere. You just copy and paste it into your website or wherever you want to share it.
So when you pop this into Facebook, it stays right there, it resides right there, it plays right there. Show of hands, who must have this? I remember, Dr. Hilda, you reached out to me and you're going, I want to buy it now. And I go, no. You will wait for the no-risk opportunity on the broadcast. And I don't talk back to her. She's my doctor. This really is a window that opens, a doorway that opens. You click the friggin' button at no risk. You embrace the tools, the processes, the systems, the education, and there is no way for you to screw this up.
No, so the other tool that's included in this, guys, is what we're broadcasting on today. So those of you watching on the live cast, you're already seeing it. This is Webcast Simple, and I can do things like this. I can change the button right now that you're seeing. And now Live Authority Matrix is gone, but you can get the replays.
How many of you had no clue as to how we're running this online? Guys, if you're looking in online, or you're looking at me now, and you're wondering, where's the whole structure? How are they doing that? Could we literally just do this on Facebook Live? Could we tie this all together? There's nowhere else. What are you gonna do? You're gonna spend 180 grand? You're gonna bring in a team? How are you gonna build your team? This is like a no-brainer. I really, and tell you something, I'd rather just teach this in Mastermind. I'd rather just take a group of people and just slowly dish it out at $50,000 a pop, because they'll pay me that all day long. You do not know that if you don't make this decision today, you're killing yourself. You're killing yourself if you want to be seen, understood, and appreciated. Click the friggin' button.
All right. Yes.
Okay.
Click the button. Let me change it back to the one so you can click the right button. Now, the cool thing about this platform, and I have used just about everything out there, is that on the fly, I can sit here and I can change the headline. I can do things like make chat disappear. Chat is going to disappear from the page in a second. And then I can bring it back. I can make the CTA button change. I can put timers like this on the page and make them disappear, so you can do an offer with a countdown. It's all designed not to make it complicated and overwhelming for you, but to help you sell, so that you have the features you need.
I'm going to relax by show of hands. No disrespect. I adore her. But our job here, and you don't know this. I want you to look at me remotely here. You don't know this. My wife and I, we are passing this forward. We're set. We're set for many lifetimes. What am I, 58? What do I have, 73, 72? My mother-in-law is 90. She'll last forever. I'm not going to last forever. I'm going to tell you something right now. This is a legacy move for me. This positions you as the definitive authority. It separates and differentiates you. Is the only logical choice. There is something in you, an experience, a hobby, a process, and it's time for you to deliver it to the world, but you haven't been given the right tools. You're being sold a line of BS online. One download, guys, you think I haven't downloaded from these people? Guys, my life doesn't change one iota when you buy this. Not one iota. I'm going to die with a lot of money in the bank, even if I refund your money. I want you to do this so you can save your own life, because this is the ability for you to not live in compromise, to take those vacations, to be with your children, to send them to the private schools, to leverage significant income online. And the principles can also be used every day in your life where you're given respect and they hang on your every word and they follow your suggestions. So let me just tell you something here. This isn't hard sell. You know what this is? It's the truth. Embrace it. You got to think, when we built this friggin' offer, I'm sitting there and I'm fighting with Mars and I'm fighting with Michelle. And I don't want to give them that. I know, it's too valuable. That's too expensive. Well, look, we spent the development. At some point, you're going to get it. This is a really frigging big deal. Big deal. I want you to have this, and I'm taking all the friggin' risk. You click on that link today, your life changes, but you got to implement. And don't you dare embrace this offer with one foot in and one foot out. This ain't doing the hokey pokey. This is about closing. This is about the nourishment, the nutrition, your ability to provide for your family and build that business of your dreams where you become a digital marketer. And online, you are masterful. And offline, people hang on your every word. This is about truly becoming an authority. It changes your self-esteem. It changes the way you oscillate at higher frequency.